Greeting friends, Reformed Stoic, back again with another video. So this is something that's kind of related to the stuff been on my mind lately. The positivity shift I've been having. I haven't really been sure how to word these ideas I have lately. It's a lot of different ideas that can result in a lot of different videos. But we're going to start here with the idea of the importance of dreaming big. There's a lot of different aspects that you can hone in on. There's the positivity, like what you should focus on. Positivity with a general sense of what you should focus on. Positivity, then what you shouldn't focus on. I made this big, long hour rant about how I'm kind of moving away from focusing so much on politics and stuff in the world and more or less negativity. And I think the thing that kind of tricks you into obsessing over that stuff in a very negative way is, like, I guess you could say a desire to sound like in the know or intelligent or to win debates or something like that. But dreaming and dreaming big. This is something that's important to be aware of. The importance of dreaming. And if there's an advantage that I have that sometimes makes it hard for me to articulate advice to people. I don't know what I just said there. It makes it difficult for me to articulate advice to people on my channel. Because that's an advantage that I have. Is that I've always had a dream. I've always dreamed big. And maybe people who were close to me in the past, they looked at it like, oh man, he's got talent, or he's put work in on something. He's moving towards something. He's made a lot of progress towards something. But the only way I could have even ever put in that work, or put in that progress, is if I dreamed, and if I dreamed big. Now, obviously, we're not talking about like when you go to sleep, those kind of dreams. We're talking about dreams, man. Goals. But what's the difference between a dream and a goal? A goal is like, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to get off of drugs. I want to get a job. I want to do this or that or the other. Goals are like things that you're probably going to be able to do. If you can, like things that you should be able to do, you know? Like when you set a goal to quit weed, it's like, hey man, we're going to do this. And you know, it's a big deal when you do it. But, I mean, you best believe that you're going to obtain your goals. Because if you don't have the willpower to obtain your goals, then you're never going to obtain your dreams, man. Dreams is like, you kind of have to have some balls to have a dream. You kind of have to not worry so much about what other people think to have a dream. Like lately, me and rap and taking it seriously again. And something that I've just now, like literally as I started filming this video, kind of realized. These thoughts kind of popped up in my mind as I was starting to film this video. I had pretty much been dreaming big, non-stop, until that development deal I did fell through. That music video that's on Reformed Stoic 2 Backup, Go Ahead featuring Drumlord, Rally, I had pretty much been dreaming big until that crap all fell through, and I'm not going to get into the details of what exactly happened there. But, I mean, just walking it back to the end of high school. I mean, in high school, I was playing drums and starting to discover rap, just kind of messing around with it. But then I went to Boston, Berkeley. When that fell through, or didn't really fall through, I just stopped going. It was too expensive. But you know, played in bands, yada yada. the rap thing kind of kept developing, moved to Vegas. At that point, that was kind of a bad situation, but the way that I kind of coped with the bad situation of leaving my bands, moving to Vegas, was to like go all in on rap. And you know, I really did kind of come up with some cool music. You hear a lot of it in Lucid Hip Hop, The Lost Tracks, and it led to that development deal. And I basically spent all of 2015 writing songs. Beginning of 2016, I went and shot that music video, recorded a couple of songs, and then I spent all 2016 waiting for that to do whatever it was going to do. I finally got the video and the songs at the beginning of 2017. And then that's the point that I stopped dreaming. So it took me a while to kind of like articulate that thought. But basically, guys, I had been dreaming big my entire life. And look, part of dreaming big is, first of all, you hear this advice all over the place on the Chosen Ones channels. This is just kind of some stuff that like people say. Hell, I'll say it. This is some stuff that black people say, and it's like it's real, you know. Like don't tell people how you move. I mean, there's all kinds of people who give this advice, but when you hear it from the streets, when you hear it from the hood, it's like, don't tell people your next move. Don't tell people what you're doing. There's snakes out there. There's people that are going to try to bring you down, man. There's gonna be people who want to talk down on your dreams. There's gonna want to be people who make you feel stupid about it. And there's like a dream muscle in your brain that if you've never had a dream before, if you've never like spent long periods of time having this big dream, and if you haven't got it yet, the difference between a dream and a goal is like, I'm gonna lose 5 pounds so I look a little bit better shirtless on the beach this summer. And a dream is like, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a famous hip-hop artist, I'm gonna be a designer, I'm gonna be a world-renowned architect. A dream is something really big, man, that you might never achieve. So getting back to that, finishing my thought, you guys, I stopped dreaming. Like, I was a dreamer my entire life, man, and after that development deal fell apart, and you know, I was really insecure about the way that happened, because I kind of made some noise. Like, I thought big things were going to happen in my life, and there's a lot of people who didn't want that to happen for me, man, because I've made it pretty clear that like I had some kind of passive aggressive lack of support from my hometown in the past, and I was starting to think that maybe all this stuff was going to happen for me, and when it didn't, it's like everybody was right and I was wrong, and I didn't know how to handle that. And for the first time in my life, I stopped dreaming. And that's when I went to UNLV, and it's starting to become evident to me, man, like, I had a really stupid, spiritually dead, just dead mindset, man. Like, when I'm wondering, like, why was UNLV so bad for me? Like, why was I having such a bad time? My dreams died. And the way that I thought about university, like, there's no way in hell that I should have been a computer science major. That just didn't make any sense for me. You know, it's a good career, but that is just not who I am. And I was kind of like, ooh, I'm going to be an engineering major, and I can do it, and I know that I'm smart enough to do it, or whatever, but I don't want to be a computer scientist, you know? I think that's something that you just need to, you'll already know. You'll already know if you want to be a programmer. You probably already did something with programming. I don't know, maybe you're a different kind of person where you're just like, yeah, I can learn programming now and be a programmer. I can learn to code. I think I could have learned to code too, but man, that would have been like not something I wanted to do. So try not to get too lost and hung up on this. I've basically already said it. Like, it's really like a huge epiphany for me that my dreams died in 2017, and I went to UNLV, kind of this like shell of a person with broken dreams, and I was empty and I was boring. And you know, it doesn't like change that much about why UNLV didn't work out. Frankly, I just think Vegas is just not for me at all. But if I would have kept the dream alive, it's like, okay, this development deal didn't work out because these were sketchy people and this and that the other. But I blamed myself, bro. But I took it like, oh, dude, you're delusional and like you're an idiot and this is your fault and this is because you're not really talented and this is because like it wasn't meant to be. I took everything in the wrong way, and I basically, like, the dreaming part of me completely died. I wasn't even really playing drums that much anymore at that point, and I stopped making music and everything. And that was a really sad part of my life, man. Like, I tell people all the time that I think going to UNLV was the absolute lowest point of my life, even compared to the stuff I've been going through these last few years, man. Because honestly, the stuff that started happening in my life in 2020, man, that got me up off my ass, bro. That got me, like, moving around. I was rotting away. I was rotting away in that house in Vegas, and things were really stagnant. And I mean, on one hand, it was like kind of dumb that I stopped going to UNLV so I could try to be a drum streamer, but it was my dreaming mind, like, trying to just I got done dirty, man. Like, I was not in a position to handle that deal I was trying to do. Like, it was really stressful, man. I borrowed money from some of my friends. Some of my friends, like, yeah, those friends I borrowed money from, I never even paid back. I borrowed money from another friend way back when, and I actually did pay him back with money that I earned, by the way. But yeah, I borrowed a little bit of money, you know, like $500 from one friend, $500 from another friend. These guys both got jobs, so it's like, it's not like they were really worried about $500. But yeah, I never paid him back, and I was in really deep with that deal, and I really felt like I needed that to work out, and it just really didn't, and clearly I couldn't handle it. Like, the pressure from my parents, the pressure and the judgment from my hometown, the lack of the support. I had so much riding on that, and it was such a massive disappointment. I mean, this is like a huge epiphany for me, guys. Like, when people are wondering, like, hey, how did you become that guy who, like, screamed at Uber Eats, and how did you become this guy, bro? Like, my dreams died. And I was the biggest dreamer that this town has ever seen. And I still am. Because I'm still here, man. Like, I really have, like, we joke about healing on my stream. Like, I really have been recovering. And sometimes I think that maybe, like, this weird stalking shit I've been dealing with has something to do with those people that screwed me over in the industry, man, because that is absolutely the kind of shit that happens in the industry. And yeah, I mean, these people in the industry, they really were industry people. Like, they're not just scam artists. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even want to go too deep into that. We do want to get back to the topic. And I'm sorry if, like, that rant about my dreams dying or whatever happened. But, you know, a lot of times when I'm trying to kind of recalibrate and move forward with my life, I kind of just go back years at a time. Because I got a good memory. I have a visual memory. Maybe it's a little bit over-exaggerated to say it's a photographic memory, but I have a good memory. And I can, like, think of, like, a year. I can kind of just visualize a summary of a year and then just go back year by year by year. And basically all this crap, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, that's been all an extension of the stuff that started back in 2020 with IP2. Before that, I was doing a drum stream in 2019. 2018, 2017 was UNLV. And then before that was the rap development deal. And before that, I was a dreamer. So, through finding Christ and, like, developing a thicker skin, dealing with some of this crap that I've been dealing with, getting whatever this closure is with my hometown. And I mean, it's not closure. It's like everything that I ever thought about this town. And, you know, it doesn't mean that, like, it's a bad place or whatever, or people are bad people, but it just means for me, it means this town ain't for me, bro. And you have to be kind of a strong person. It's like, well, who's gonna back me up? Who's gonna take my side? Who's gonna confirm that, like, it's really not my fault, and, like, people here really are messed up, and, like, I really don't get the support that I deserve? Nobody, bro. Maybe a few people in my comments will verify that, but you gotta be a strong person to just say it is what it is. Like, it's the way that I say it is, because I believe in what I say, because I respect myself, because I'm a dreamer, because I dream big, because I know how it is. I don't need a bunch of people rocking with me, dick riding me, being like, yeah, you're right, man. People in your hometown are screwed up, and you do need to leave them behind. Like, there's no big group of yes men around me to verify that. In fact, there's probably a lot of people around me who think everything is my fault and I'm an idiot. And but it doesn't matter, man, because at the end of the day, I think about who I was when I was trying to rap, and I've seen little glimpses of this and hints of this, like when we're listening to Lucid Hip Hop, the lost tracks on stream. You know, I've kind of like taken these songs from the past and gone over these things from the past, and I was a dreamer, man, and I was driven, and I did have some natural talent, and ultimately I gotta keep going, man. Like, the dream has come back to life. And here's the thing about a dream, is that having studied all these rappers lately, I've just been really chewing through all these rap documentaries. I really like this channel on YouTube. This guy, it's called, It's Aaron Speaking. All one word is his channel. He did, like, the rise of Kanye, the rise of Young Thug, the rise of 50 Cent. I can't even remember all of them. I've just been chewing through them, and then like, different rappers on other channels. And then also, you know, some other artists, like Kid Cudi and Chris Brown, people who aren't really rappers. Just kind of like pop stars and rappers. I'm chewing through these documentaries, man, and what I'm finding is a lot of people who achieved their dreams, and it doesn't really even, like, do that much for them. So what does that tell you? What that tells me is that it's the dream. It's the dream itself that you need, not the victory. Okay? Because maybe I'll become a famous rapper, and I know nobody's holding their breath on that, but maybe I'll become a famous rapper, and then I'll develop a sex addiction and an opiate addiction, and I'll get a bunch of tattoos and become an opiate addict and get shot. And I'll die a sex addict, opiate addict with a bunch of whack face tattoos, you know? And before that, I'll get in a bunch of arguments with my family, and the fame will go to my head, and I'll be like, oh, you guys said this, and I'll have even worse friends, and then I'll die, you know? I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but... And it doesn't mean that it's not great to have a bunch of money, but I mean, look at Drake and his gambling addiction, and it's not the results, you guys. It's not achieving your dreams. It's just the dream. And I'm making this video because I think that this is good advice. And this is probably going to be the last video that I make for a little bit. Maybe ever. We'll see. We'll see. I'll still make videos as ideas come to my mind, but I'm about ready to leave all this behind, you guys, because I forgot who I was, and it's really, like, all becoming apparent to me that the reason I got sucked into, like, negativity and politics and darkness and fringe internet stuff is because I forgot who I was, bro. And I took, like, a beating. I have taken a beating being a dreamer. I have taken an absolute beating And I've dealt with so much betrayal, and I've dealt with so much cruelty, and I come from such a cruel and unusual town. That's really my favorite way to describe this town. I like to just say things that just kind of make people bitter with the truth that they're trying to hide from that it embodies. This town is cruel and unusual. And there's a lot of cruel and unusual people around. But part of the thing that keeps me going is like, I know that people were salty. I know that people felt some type of way. Not because I was bad, because I was good. Because everything I do is good, man. And the dream has to stay alive. Because what else is there if you don't have a dream? You know, all you guys watching this, all these guys who I've met from communities like the Black Pill or whatever, and some people, you don't have a dream, and you've never had a dream. And that's the thing that I've said, that sometimes it's hard for me to give advice because I've always had a dream. But the thing that you can learn is like, it's not that I was good at anything I did. It's not that I was good at drums. It's the fact that I had a dream. That was the advantage that I have. And you don't have to like do anything to have a dream. You can have a dream at any moment. It doesn't take talent or anything to have a dream. The advantage is not the skills that I gathered as a result of having a dream. It was having the dream in itself. And I remember, because like I said, I got that visual memory and I can just go through my life. I remember rapping for the first time and making these dumb little songs when I was 17. And the funny thing is that people were kind of supportive at first because it was harmless. And then I did it for a while. And then I got a little bit better. And then people were salty. And then all of a sudden I was really bad. Like, I was kind of good. Actually, I believe the first thing that people ever told me is I kind of sounded like Snoop Dogg, which is not accurate, but that's the kind of shit people said when I first started. And then after I did it for like 4 or 5 years and I actually started getting a little bit better, then all of a sudden I suck and I need to quit and I'm a delusional idiot. Because now people were getting a little bit threatened. But one of the skills that I've had in my life, you guys, is that I have a dream and I maintain it and I follow it. And I've followed my dreams into the darkness. I've followed my dreams into the flames. I've followed my dreams into the pit of emptiness, loneliness, isolation, demons, and pains and tortures that most people alive don't even believe exist. Like to black magic and gang stalking and the occult and the elite and secret societies. And I have experienced the reality of things that most people alive don't even believe in. I really have. Because I have followed my dreams and I have witnessed bitterness from people because I have dreams. And when people try to like knock you down out of your dreams, I really do understand from like all of these years that it's a very natural thing. And like I took it personally eventually, but it's this mechanism in normies and regular people, you know, like if you want to live, you got to get a career or a job and you got to do your job and all that matters is your job. And like, they're going to like shoot this little negativity buzzer at you, dude, when you have a dream, when you're really serious about your dream, even if you're being more responsible than I've been. Because bro, I threw everything to the wind and I've been irresponsible. People know that I've kind of like bummed around. There's been times in my life where I was bumming a little bit and leeching a little bit. But even if you are being responsible, even if you are working your day job and you're paying all your own bills and all of that, people will still be salty, bro. It's like you're still putting that money away for that 6-disc DJ turntable. When are you gonna give it up, bro? Or you're still spinning those records on the weekends, man. What are you doing? Dude, why don't you come on a trip with us? Oh, I can't, man. I'm saving money. And then, you shouldn't tell people that you're saving money. You should make up another excuse. But you screw up. It's like, oh, I can't come on the trip with you guys, bro. I'm saving money. Still saving up for them turntables, huh? Why don't you just use the turntables you already have? Because I need the nice turntables, bro. Because the people in the industry, you know, Zed, and he's like, dude, why are you talking about Zed? You're never going to be Zed, bro. Like, no offense, dude, but I can already tell that you're never going to be as good as Zed, bro. People get salty, man, and, like, people do this to each other all the time. And the thing is that most people, they're like, yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, I'll come on the trip with you. And then they spend the money and they don't buy the turntables. And I'm making this video, guys, because this is actually some real advice that I have to offer. Like, people have said that maybe, like, I talk about things that I'm not really an expert in. But I think I'm kind of an expert in having a dream. But what's sad is that basically 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, my dreams were kind of dead. But I did make some music while I was here, and I think a lot of the positive of that time for me was getting out of the occult and finding Christ. Like, I was going all in on my dreams on some weird occult shit, and I read tarot cards, and I was into some really weird stuff, man. I'm not even gonna, like, go all into it, but I met a lot of people who were in secret societies, and, it was kind of the real deal, man. Like, I think for a lot of people in my position, it wouldn't have been the real deal. But y'all know, I can do my research, I can find things, I'm kind of a nifty dude. I'm nifty with the internet, and I found the real deal. I found some people who were, like, affiliated with the real deal, and now maybe they were taking advantage of me or something, or leading me somewhere. I mean, I think overall, all of that shit is leading you somewhere negative. But I digress. Like, I guess when I gave up my dreams, I also took my head out of the clouds in a sense, in a positive way, where I got away from the occult, bro, and I found Christ, and I found a way more positive faith. But now I'm sticking my head back in the clouds a little bit with my dreams, and that's all there is, man. And the kind of videos I've wanted to make lately is just talking about the importance of positivity, and I don't know how to, like, say it in a way that doesn't just sound like some normie shit, you know? Because I made these videos talking about politics and the Hegelian dialectic and the elite and the CIA, secret societies, and, like, this crazy stuff about the world. And then they're like, so what, you're gonna give all that up so you can, like, listen to Kid Cudi and flip NFTs or some shit? Like, what are you even saying, dude? Like, the power of positivity, bro. Let's get this bread. You guys hear Man on the Moon 3 from Kid Cudi? It's like, that's not a channel, that's not a platform. Like, you've gone from claiming you're a philosopher intellectual to just listening to music that everybody listens to and, like, telling people to be positive, bro. Because nobody thinks you're smart for, like, being in the alt-right. Because nobody thinks you're smart for being into the black pill. And theology is like, figure it out and go to church and have a dream, dude, and live your life, man. Like, all of this stuff on the internet is a waste of time, bro. And now, it's not a complete waste of time. Like, I did deepen and expand and spend a lot of time thinking, and it changed me, but there's nothing left. There's nothing left here for me to grow. Unfortunately, guys, most of these people in the black pill, you can't help anybody grow, dude. And I'm not insulting these people. Like, you're hurt, man. You're stuck. Like, you need to lift yourself up. And people are like, oh, yeah, you yelled on the internet and you're hurt too, dude. And it's like, nah, I'm not, man. And I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks. And I actually have a really, really, really long history of not giving a shit about what anybody thinks. And I, like, gave such little of a shit about what anybody thought that I made rap in my parents' vacation home for years. And I thought it was getting me a record deal, but it wasn't. And then as a result of it not, I spiraled out of control and went to some stupid, I mean, UNLV's whatever, but things kind of spiraled off the train tracks after that, because to me that was a sign that my dreams were stupid and I needed to give up on my dreams. But nah, man. All I've ever had going for me is that I'm a dreamer. And I've seen my dreams make people salty. And it's kind of sad. I really mean it when I say, like, it's not that people are bad people, dude. It's that I'm living an extraordinary life. And I've seen it just bring out really ugly parts of people, man. Some of these people that I have beef with here, nobody around me understands. Because everybody likes them. These are people that, like, everybody is cool with. Some of these people who are my friends were, like, the most popular people in town. And then they start feeling some type of way about me. And then, you know, me and them have a beef. It's like, okay, well, this guy's cool with everybody in town. And, like, you're an outcast in town. So I'm going to go with what this guy says. Because your reputation is completely destroyed. And you know what? That's just where I'm at right now, bro. But I'm following, like, God is behind the dream. God's who I pray to for the dream. I don't do some stupid, like, occult, like, oh, I'm going to be my own God and demons. And that's stupid, man. And I had a dream the other night that I talked about on stream. I'll go over it really quick. It's kind of funny because the bottom line is that the bass player from Periphery was Rich Homie Quan, I guess. It was like, I was like living in a house with the bass player of Periphery. And I thought that was cool. But then I realized in the dream, it's like, oh man, he made that mixtape with Young Thug. Damn. And then I was like starstruck by him. And I was trying to figure out how to approach him. You know, like, when, like, you really want to talk to somebody because you're kind of starstruck and they're giving you that vibe, like, they're too good to talk to you. That was the vibe he was giving me the whole dream. When I realized that my roommate, the bass player of Periphery, who wasn't really Nolly, who was, like, some weird fictional tall white guy with long hair, when I realized that he was Rich Homie Quan, let me just get through it, I talked to him, and he finally was going to give me the time of day. He's finally going to talk to me. It's like, bro, like, how did you get so good at rap, man? And how did you start doing this deal? And then all of a sudden, he turned into, like, a lizard. Like, basically, if reptilian, alien things are real, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe this is the real deal. Like, my dreams are extremely vivid. I'm not masturbating. I'm not smoking weed. I'm, like, doing qigong. I'm thinking that my dreams are kind of getting back to that place where it's like, I don't know what the hell dreams are, but mine are like freaking THX, like pretty freaking like movie theater shit lately. And he turned into this like lizard thing. It basically looked like a raptor, but it like stood up straight, you know? It was like a raptor alien. I don't know. It basically, if reptilians are real, it basically looked like probably what a reptilian looks like if they're real. And he had, like, one eye, and it was, like, glowing in a weird way. And, like, when I looked at his eye, it, like, reacted in a weird way. And I didn't freak out, like, it's like, ah! Like, in real life, you would see that and be like, holy shit, and run away. But in the dream, I was acting like I didn't want to be rude. I was like, oh, you're this lizard thing, and I didn't want to be rude. And he's like, I had to sell out. And he got this nasty smile, and he told me he had to sell out. And I definitely think it exists, guys. It probably wasn't worth like as long as it took to explain that, but I definitely think it exists. At the end of the day, it was just a dream, but I really do think there's people in the industry selling their souls, and probably the absolute number one prospect for that is rappers. Like these guys, you see these guys covered in tattoos who are kind of like flippity-goopity guy, and I'm not saying I don't like any of that. I'm starting to get into Young Thug. I actually really like that mixtape, Rich Gang The Tour, Volume 1. That's why I had that dream, because I had listened to that mixtape, and I'm just saying, bro, like, some of these rappers that you're wondering, like, how the hell did this guy get famous? I literally think some of these people are selling their souls, bro. And maybe it's, like, just in a metaphorical way, but Like I think maybe the Illuminati really is in the music industry, and they really are making deals like that with people. I mean, I've kind of gone full circle. I obviously went down the rabbit hole, and it's like, you know, yeah, Bavarian Illuminati's real, and that does kind of seem like that was the point in deism, where it was very clearly becoming atheism. It does kind of seem like scientific atheism originated with the Illuminati. I read The New Atlantis from Francis Bacon of the Royal Society. It's like, well, you know, he was saying he wanted the society to be Christian. Like, yeah, scientism, or not scientism, but science was still this science. The empiricism was the center of society, but also Christianity was. So the Royal Society wasn't it, from what I can see, at least not from Francis Bacon. But basically, guys, the Illuminati like really is atheist and scientific atheism, and it sounds like they really did have. There's reason to believe that they would subvert the Jesuits and subvert the Freemasons and yada yada yada. And basically, guys, it looks like the Illuminati really might like be exactly what people thought. So this is not what I wanted the video to be. This is not what I wanted the video to be. This is why I haven't been making videos lately. Because I just kind of trail off and, you know. But I'm focusing on me, guys. Like, I got a dream again, and I'm thinking I want the YouTube algorithm to like really hone in on something. And I'm thinking I want it to be music. So there's going to be a time coming pretty soon where most of what you're going to be hearing from me is music, and then maybe like some sort of a video trying to like give you a little bit of basic positive advice, maybe fueled by, you know, some of my knowledge about theology and what have you. But my dreams have come back to life, guys. And I think that they had come back to life already, ever since you guys have seen me make this music again. But now I'm really fully embodying it, and I'm having this aha moment. It's like, oh man, I was a dreamer my entire life, and my dreams died because I was going through some really hard shit alone. And I was always a G, man. I was always this little guy, and people didn't really fuck with me, and people didn't really respect me because of the way I look and because of where I'm from. But that never held me back in the past. And I was actually making progress. You can't just like throw it all away, dude. Like, I was making a song every day. I had a goofy little SoundCloud. Somebody wrote an article about me. I had a little following. And, you know, these people from the industry, I don't really know how to explain, like, what that was. But there really are real people from the industry. They worked with French Montana. They're part of the way that he got signed. And, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you about that. It's probably not even in my best interest to, like, go into a lot of detail about, like, some of my thoughts on what happened with that. Because, it was a big deal, you know, regardless of what anybody thinks about it. It was a big deal. I got there because I was talented and I believed in myself, and it didn't work out, bro. And I've always been able to handle people like in my ear talking shit, disrespecting me, but that was a lot. That was a lot, man. I had a lot riding on that. And, you know, I have the narcissist people like around me and from my past and from my home and shit, and like that was a lot for me to deal with. And that was really the first time in my life that I folded. And there was like just this never-ending streak of pressure, dude. And I couldn't take it. And I folded. And man, life turned into something really bleak and just lame for me. And I didn't get women because I didn't have a dream. I didn't have anything fueling me. I didn't have anything illuminating me. And I got sucked into this vacuum of black pills online. So basically what I'm saying right now, guys, is that's over. And this channel, as you've known it in the past, is basically done. It's basically done. The live streams will happen a little bit longer. You're just going to see. Like, one of these days, a couple weeks from now, a month from now, you're just going to see. Like, it's going to be different. And it's not bad news. Because it doesn't matter. Like, you know, we had some laughs, we had some good jokes. The channel's staying up. I'm going to start tweaking the algorithm to where this is where I'm going to put my music, you guys. So, that's that. Have a dream, man. And it's not about the talent that you get when you're sticking to your dream. It's not about achieving your dream and becoming the architect and becoming the DJ, becoming the rapper, becoming the movie star. It's about the process, dude. That, like, if I wanted to take a page from the Freemasons real quick, that's the grand work, or whatever they call it. You know, they're like crafting the ashlar, or they're sculpting the marble. I mean, that's crafting the marble, dude. That's the master work. That's the grand work. That's it. Your dream. your big goal, and if you want to try to keep your friends and you want to try to keep your family and you want to try to not like have your entire life burst into flames like mine did, then keep it to yourself, bro. Like, make moves. Ideally, bro, one day you just do all these things behind the scenes and boom. I'm not going to show up to my work anymore because I'm an architect now, because I'm a rapper now, because I'm a DJ now. I did it. I made it. And everyone's like, what the fuck? I didn't even know that you did any of that. And then it's just over. And then and then they're probably going to want to have some sort of a toxic reaction, but it won't matter because you'll just be gone. And I know it doesn't exactly work like that, because what a lot of people are going to try to do is try to get their friends to support them, because you're going to need some sort of a support. Like, hey, bro, follow my page on Facebook and check out my artwork and check out my DJ set or whatever it is you do, you know? And good luck, bro. But a lot of people, it's like, I already haven't had a dream. But that's the craziest thing, guys. You know, somehow this video's already gone for 40 minutes, but we're going to post this one. We're going to post this one because I got to say something. I've been trying to say something for these last couple of weeks, and I keep screwing it up. And instead of, like, focusing on how I'm leaving the alt-right or whatever, because that's stupid. I don't want to focus on what I'm leaving. I want to focus on what I'm going towards and what you should go towards and, like, what's going to save you from all this crap. You need to have a dream, bro. But it's occurred to me that that's the blessing that I've had in my life. Not the talent, not the ability to play drums, not the ability to rap, which is really controversial. A lot of people probably don't think I even have that, but it's the fact that I had that dream that led me toward that. And then the people that I know in life who, you know, haven't amounted to anything, and whoever's watching this from my past, don't think I'm thinking about you, bro, but if there's people that I know that haven't amounted to anything, it's not because they're stupid, it's not because they're not talented, it's not because they're not gifted or incapable, it's because they didn't have a dream, bro. You just didn't think of something cool that you wanted to do. You just started working a job and you popped out a kid. And bro, you can have a dream with a kid. You can have a dream with a job. All you have to do is think about what you want to do, man. It's like the end of the never-ending story. Like, give the Empress a new name. Say my name, bitch. The fucking story's gonna end if you don't come up with a dream, and then it's dark, and then it's empty, and then the nothing consumes everything. Like, what do you want to do, bro? And the thing is it can't just be, I want a lot of money, I want to get the pussy, I want a girl to like me, dude, that's not a dream, man. That's your base carnal desires, bro. The atheists are gonna win with that. Darwin's gonna win. What's his name? Freud is gonna win. Freud said that all humans care about is sex. Freud said that everything people do is driven by their desire for sex. You don't want to, you know, let Freud win, bro. Be about something more than that. Because guess what? When you become the architect, when you become the freaking master of your life, like, if you ever achieve your dreams, that's when all the women come, dude. That's what everybody knows. Doesn't matter if you're the Weeknd or, you know, the Weeknd's like 5'4" and Kendrick Lamar is like 5'5", and he could have me killed for saying that. And it's like, dude, obviously, like, when you achieve your dreams, it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, women are just all over the place. And by the time you get there, you'll be bitter as shit and you won't even care. It'll be like grabbing a Coke out of the fridge, dude. It's like, oh, let me just grab some pussy out of the fridge. If you're writing that song like Young Thug, dude, I thought this song is so funny. I'm gonna roll up and eat the pussy and dip. I'm gonna keep one in the chamber like lip. What the hell does that even mean, dude? Anyway. So what I had to try to be sensitive about is, like, maybe some of you here in your 20s and you've never had a dream, bro. All I can tell you, man, is have one. It's going to be a bummer that you haven't already had one, but you know what, guys? There's things in my life that were a bummer that I didn't already have, that I should go ahead and start doing now. It's a bummer when it's a bummer when it would have been better to have had something your entire life and you don't, but you got to start, man. You just got to start. And everybody needs a dream, dude. And that's the cure to the black pill, and that's the cure to all this stuff. Stop dumping all this energy into talking with losers, dude. Like, be better than that, man. I'm not trying to be an asshole by calling people losers, but clearly I was one, bro. Clearly I was one, and I got sucked into that shit, and now people think I'm some sort of a poster boy for it. Every time somebody calls me like an incel or something, I really cringe, man, because I'm so much better than that, dude, and a lot of you guys are too, man. And the kind of people who call you incels, they're people who never had dreams. They're people who have nothing going on in their lives too, bro. They're trying to convince themselves that they're something that they're not, and they're using you to do that. They're using the caricature of me yelling at Uber 4 years ago. That's how these people like convince themselves that they're something they're not, dude. It's like, cool, man. Enjoy like obsessing over something I said 4 years ago. I'm gonna make more music. I'm gonna play drums. I'm gonna like take this better version of myself. My dreams are alive again. And I don't care if I don't, like, get anywhere, bro. But I got a good feeling about it. I got a good feeling about life again. And I'm just a different beast now, man. I'm just a different kind of person now. And all I can tell you guys is that dreams are the answer. God is the one that you pray to achieve your dream. God is the one who gets you to a place where you're strong enough to chase that dream, man. So always put God on top. My priorities were out of line before. I was flimsy, I was weak, I was inferior, bro, and I freaking crashed and fell into the flames, and I followed my dream into the flames and the devil's arms, bro. But I'm back. Now Christ is leading the way. And I don't really care what anybody thinks, bro, and just the fact that like I've been able to get through all this shit, and I have a sense of humor about it, and I have a positive mindset about it. And I'm not doing anything to anybody now. You know, people are like, oh, you said this 3 years ago, and you said that 2 years ago, and you said that 1 year ago. It's like, cool, man, let me know when you're ready to make up and be friends again. Or I don't really want to be your friend at this point. I've seen your true colors. Let me know when you're ready to get over it, bro, because I've been over it for a long time. And it's over, and it's in the past, and people want to hold on to these things from the past. Because it means a lot to people here that I was destroyed. It means a lot to people here that, you know, it's like, oh, we thought maybe he was this talented guy, but he's not. He's this guy who said this thing once, and it's crazy. It's like they're precious. It's like, my precious. The Pimpin' Pat videos, my precious. It's crazy, dude. Like, cruel and unusual. And it's not just my hometown, it's people. And when you have a dream, you'll see it. When you get close to your dream, you'll see it. When your dream takes you to new levels, you'll see it. When your dream turns you into something better, you'll see it, bro. And with more power comes more responsibility, and life gets harder. And I basically got to a high level, and I crashed, and I fell, and I wasn't who I needed to be. And I've seen really ugly parts of the world. I've seen really ugly parts of people. I've learned all these truths because I got to such a high level and I fell, and I'm doing weird stuff. I'm like kind of like some metaphorical fallen angel who fell from the top, and I'm just kind of obsessing over these little things like, the CIA fucking pretends to be incels on the internet. Like, who cares, dude? I want to get to higher levels where I got money and I don't even give a shit about that. And maybe I'll never get there, but doing everything I need to do to chase that, to try to achieve that goal, that's worth living your life for, bro. So, have a dream, guys. Start now. The only rule is it has to be something more than monkey shit. Like, oh, I want to get the women. I want to get the shiny gold rings. Nope. Because a real dream is what's going to get you the women and the shiny gold rings. And then the dream is so much more valuable than that, dude. And if you're washed up on a deserted island, your dream is what's going to keep you alive on the deserted island, you know? Singing songs, making art, making structures. Money's not going to save you when the power goes out. Women ain't going to save you either, bro. They're going to go find somebody who's keeping the power on. So, as always, guys, maybe it's worth something, maybe it's not. Solid 50 minutes. Yeah. Dreams, guys. I wish you the best. It's been real. It's been some good times. I salute you. Thank you to all my supporters. And from what happens here, it's God's decision. Peace out. God bless.